So I read Watch Your Mouth by Danielle Handler. And this is by far the strangest book I've ever read. And I really don't think I liked it, but I just worry that there's some kind of like big existential point that I'm missing out on and just didn't understand. And one thing, like, this book is like dirty. Like, I can read smut. Like, I've been doing it for a long time. Not much shocks me. But something about the tone of this book was like really vulgar and crude, and I just was not a fan. So the book is in two parts, and the first part is written entirely like they're describing an opera, including like intermissions where they talk about the people out in the lobby and what they're up to, and all of the music motifs and things like that. They'll be like, at this point, the oboes are doing this, and it just describes all the action in terms as if it was describing an opera. And then in the second part, our main character, Joseph, is starting to read self help books. So the story goes along in like self help steps, like he's in a 12-step program, and it will describe like step one, and then that will be a chapter. And then step two is the next chapter. And just randomly in the middle of the story, this is like a split that happens. Now, the story itself is about this kid who goes to live with his girlfriend's family so they can both work at a summer day camp in the middle of college. And he thinks that the family is all incestuously sleeping with each other, like all of them. And for the life of me, I cannot figure out if he's imagining it or if it's real. And then there's this whole component about Jewish mythology and this thing called a golem, which is like the statue that you make out of clay, and it will like avenge the people who have wronged you. And this golem apparently comes and starts avenging all these people. And somebody fakes their death, and there's the golem is killing people, but it's maybe Joseph, and he's going crazy. And still, I cannot figure out if it was real or if he's crazy or if there's this monster after them all. And it's just totally strange. Now, the book starts with this terribly promising line. It says, I'm still young, and if my life were a play, this would be the last few minutes before the lights lowered and everything began. Which I just loved. Like, it puts you right on the brink of, the action's about to happen, and you get this sense that he's like this kid who's going to grow up and something's going to happen to them, and it's put in this really cool allegory of like a darkened stage before the play begins. So I was really into that first page, but everything after that, I just don't even know. Now, the things that I really like about Danielle Handler's writing are still in there. The lists, the repetition, just like the tone of it. Um, so I can't begrudge it for that. But just this story, I just don't even know what to do with it. It was so strange. I had to like track this book down. It was hard to find. I understand why. I don't really know if I recommend it for people. But I finished it. Watch Mouth by Danielle Handler. I don't even know.